The Santa Bus 2, Part 3, by Sven Pertelson. The Santa Bus slithered over the icy lake. The sun had set and the first stars were just visible. Arwen reached for the headlight switch. "Hands off the switch," squawked the GPS. "We don't want to be seen, do we?" Arwen drew back her hand reluctantly. It was bad enough driving a bus on lake ice, but doing it by starlight seemed sheer madness. However, thinking back on to her adventure last year, the GPS had never let her down before. Perhaps she could trust it, for now. The lake shore had vanished, and even the lights from the few houses had faded away. Clouds had covered the stars, and the night was pitch black. From beneath the bus came the ominous sound of cracking ice, and Arwen slammed on the brakes. The bus started to spin, faster and faster and faster, until Arwen blacked out. Arwen opened her eyes. It could be worse. Not black and icy. No flames or demons. In fact, it looked quite pretty out of the window, and the tropical fish seemed happy enough. Fish! She was underwater, and she wasn't in Manitoba anymore, unless there'd been serious and rapid global warming. The water lapping round her feet was quite warm. Water! The bus was sinking. "Help!" Arwen yelled. There was a quiet electronic bleep, and Peppermint Sticks, the elf, stood beside her. "I'm PM, your hollow cabin crew. How can I help?" The slightly fuzzily-edged, partially transparent elf smiled at her. Arwen thought for a second. "Can you stop us sinking?" The hologram looked up thoughtfully and replied, "Certainly. If you restart the engine, the bilge pumps will cut in, and I'll go and check for open windows and other leaks." Arwen doubted that the engine would start underwater, but there was nothing to lose. Much to her surprise, the engine started first time, and the water around her feet started to gurgle away. Arwen put the bus in gear, and it responded to the steering wheel. Soon she was nearing the surface of the waves, and PM returned to stand beside her. "All hatches secure, Captain. Leaks plugged with bath bags." As Arwen turned the bus, she could see a large green shape and a yellow stripe on the seabed below her. She rubbed her eyes in disbelief. An emerald city and a yellow brick road? She certainly was not in Manitoba anymore. In the distance she could see land rising above the waves, and steered the bus in that direction. Soon the bus broke the surface and rolled up onto a sandy beach. Glad to be on dry land, she opened the door and stepped out into the sunshine and the sound of birdsong. Arwen turned to PM, who was standing in the bus doorway, and asked, "Are you going to come out and join me?" PM looked doubtful. "I've never been outside the bus. I don't think my projector will work." Arwen thought for a moment and replied, "If this is the place where I think it is, then scarecrows can walk and talk, so I don't see why you shouldn't be stuck in the bus. Just take another 2 steps and feel the sand between your toes." After kicking off her turned-up toe elf slippers very gingerly, PM took first 1 step, and then even more slowly touched a toe to the sandy beach and giggled. "The sand tickles." Once totally outside, PM started to run around like a little child, up and down the beach and even paddling in the water. "This is bliss," she said. You can't imagine how much I've wanted to really see and feel what it was like outside the bus." Arwen joined her in paddling in the waves, and they walked along the beach exploring. As they neared the end of the bay, PM gave a tiny yelp. "Ouch! What was that? I stubbed my toe." Arwen looked down and saw a yellow brick poking through the sand. Then she spotted another, and another, further up the beach towards the trees. As they followed the trail of bricks, they became more numerous, and eventually, through the undergrowth, they could see an overgrown yellow brick road leading up the valley. Despite herself, Arwen found she was humming a refrain from The Wizard of Oz. "Follow, follow, follow the yellow brick road."